But again, I left that game, and again, I try to kind of glass half, or I want to be appreciative of every win. But I left that game feeling like we should have played a more dominant brand of defense than we did. And I know I said that coming out the Vikings game. And there's a lot of things we did do well, starting with the run game. We knew going in Washington was going to make a conservative effort to run the football, just like we're dealing with again this week. And I think we had them right around 3.4 per attempt, which is good run defense in this league. Still some runs in there that I would like to have back, but that is what it is. It's the pass game that we got to clean up. Giving up these explosives that shouldn't be there. I say these 50-50 balls, that's the thing that has to improve upon the back seven linebackers, and especially the back end. When the ball's in the air traveling over 30 yards, it has to be our ball. And that's the mentality I want our DBs to take on, and I know they will because I know who coaches that room. On third down, they were 2 of 10, 20%. That's a really, really good day. Excellent job. And that's a collective effort, front and back end. But it's the fourth down that has to improve. Critical situations, critical moments in the game. It's now 2 weeks in a row where we need to stand up and make those plays. All 3 touchdowns came off of fourth down conversions in the Washington game. Had a 4th and 1 in the low red. Vontae Maddox was there at the point of attack, bang, bang play. He has to find a way to make that play. 4th and 3, unexcusable mental error. Guy Deebo Samuel, a route we've practiced since training camp. Everybody runs that route. Unexcusable to give up that touchdown. And then 4th and 5, my man Art Millette, I told you I put him right back there in that situation. Now, that was deja vu because it was damn near the exact same route, exact same everything. But I feel like he was in even better position this time. And Deebo made a phenomenal catch behind his back. But I told Art, and he knows this, man, ultra competitive guy. And I told not only Art, I told the whole room, being in position, that's good in training camp. That's good maybe week 1, week 2, week 3. But where we're at right now in this season, being in position isn't good enough. You're paid to be in position. Now you got to go make those plays. In critical moments in games like we're getting ourselves into, the down this back stretch of November, December, January, you have to make those plays because that will dictate the outcome of the game. So a lot of good to take from it, but also a lot to learn from, which I know our guys will. I can tell you by the way they practiced yesterday, it was outstanding. Attention to detail, guys understanding the waters we're going into this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it.
Their running game maybe hasn't been what it was last year. It's still very, potent. What do you see from Saquon, from that offensive line, the Eagles running game this week?
Yeah, probably one of the most violent units I've seen as far as the offensive line. Obviously coached by one of, if not the best. No slight to Hank. They're right there, 1A, 1B, whatever you want to call it, but Stout is the man. And it's for a reason. You turn on the tape. I talk to y'all about this all the time. Everybody want to say, what makes a good coach? You got to turn their players' film on. And that's what makes a good coach. Not somebody that can stand up here and give a dissertation about their scheme and their schematics. Let me see what your players do when I turn the tape on. And his players have performed at a high level and always have, and they still are. I don't care about the numbers and what they say. I know what that tape says. And if you give 26 a lane, he's going to find it, and he has home run ability. He's one of the most elite backs in this league, in this game, and it has been. He's a generational talent. We have one that we see every day in this building here with Gibbs. And he's in the same boat, same territory. So we understand it's a tall task, but it's one that I'm looking forward to see our front stand up to really see where we stand as far as a physicality standpoint, gap integrity standpoint. You have to be gap sound against this running back because, like I said, he'll find it and he'll hurt you if he finds it.
Sticking with that theme a little bit, tush push is obviously a big topic when you play the Eagles. You guys have been really good on those 3rd and 4th down, 1 and 2 yards against the run. What has been, the heart of your success on those plays this year?
The players. Has nothing to do with scheme. It's the players. When you talk about the game of inches, they take pride in it, and they've thrived in those situations. But I credit the players, and it starts with that interior. DJ Reader, you turn on all those. He's a force. You can't move him. Tyleek Williams, Roy Lopez, who, by the way, man, popped off the tape. You talk about a guy popping off the tape. and making the most of your opportunities. That's why I say don't soak and feel sorry for yourself. No matter if you get 5 or 50 plays, what are you going to do with those? And he got 12, and I felt them on all 12, and he popped. So like I told the room, when you pop off the tape like that, your role's going to expand. And it's up to the guy to look next to you and say, we play the same position, and his role's expanding, so what's happening with mine? And that's what you want. That's when you talk championship caliber defenses, is that type of conversations that how are we going to get this guy on the field? How are we going to do this because of the way they're playing? And that breeds competition within the season, and that's what we have right now.
First catch your eye in this league as someone that could potentially fit this team and this defense, and what do you like most about what he adds to the defensive line?
When we played Arizona and I heard the way that Frank Ragnow talked about him, kind of a guy that we never heard. If I'm being honest, I never really knew much about Roy until we played the Cardinals. And when I heard Hank Fraley and Frank Ragnow say that dude's real, and that's one of the best noses I've gone against this year. And it's like, whoa, who are they talking about? And you turn on his tape, and you turn on the Arizona tape. Like nose tackles don't get a lot of praise, and that's what he played primarily in Arizona, was straight nose tackle over the center, and he wore him out. He doesn't get the credit that he deserves as far as his athleticism and his first step quickness. I think that you guys got to see on display in Washington. But yeah, man, he's been phenomenal. And you're talking about ultra team guy, selfless. He doesn't care if he plays 1 or 50 snaps. He's going to make the most of his opportunities.
Roy popping the way he is, Shep. Obviously, Tyleek is seeing a little bit smaller role here this last couple games, of course, with Aleem coming back as well. How have you seen the rookie respond to the diminished role?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's diminished. I think he understood what he was getting himself into when he was drafted. And what it would look like when Aleem came back. So I don't think he's surprised by any stretch. We're completely transparent here. It's no knock against him. But I would like to see Tyleek play more. With what he was doing early in the year now, I'm not saying he's Warren Sapp or anything by any stretch. It's a lot of growth with him, and he knows where I need him to continue to grow and strive. But he should be playing more than 8 to 10 snaps, and we'll make sure that happens. But at the same time, you don't want to just start keeping rep counts and tally sheets. That's what I'm telling you. Don't get into that business. We're going to go with the guy that's kind of hot that day. And if that's Roy, well, Roy's going to play more. If that's Reeder's going to play more. If that's and then that's how we operate here and always have. We don't try to please anyone. We're going to please this team and do right by this team, and that's going with the best guy on that day.
Speaking of transparency, how good is this organization about kind of, acknowledging the reality when you are playing a team like the Eagles that, it's a bigger game maybe than others, because it seems like a lot of teams, want to treat every game the same, nameless, faceless opponent. But here it seems like, you're willing to kind of acknowledge the reality of the stakes of each game.
Yeah, I just think it's from a standpoint of, I'll tell you what I was taught and continue to learn from our head coach, is that you better treat them all the same. Because that's how you end up walking away from games. How did we do that? How did we lose that game? But I'll also be kidding you to say that we are not aware that we're walking into the Super Bowl champions' house. They've won a lot of games the last 3-4 years. And there's a standard that's been set over there. Walking into that stadium, Lincoln Financial, is going to be an explosive atmosphere. And you want to see how your players respond in those situations. But for me, it's not just the players. I want to see how our coaches respond. Whether we go in there and go up 3 touchdowns or we fall into an adverse situation. When you're playing an elite opponent like this across the board, O-line is no deficiency in their team. So that's why you say it's kind of different. There's no deficiency. Show me what it is. So when you're dealing with something like that on the road, I think that's what adds a little more to it, kind of to where you kind of want to see where you really stand in these hostile moments. So now when you get into January, it's no surprise to you or your players, the staff, of what you would do in those situations. So I think that's more the excitement, not that this game is different than the Vikings game or that game is different. I think it's just the situation dictates kind of the circumstance of why this is a tick bigger.
Tyrion was having a great game, Tyrion, before he had to come out. how have you kind of taken on the off-the-field coaching role? Because he's trying to grow, but maybe having some injury setbacks. And I guess what kind of conversations are you having with him, helping him keep upright and continue that trajectory?
Oh, he's upright as ever, a little too upright for me for not playing this week. But I say, you're not practicing, why are you so excited today? But that's just him, seriously, like kind of little brother, father figure, whatever you want to call it. Like, he's giving me no choice but to take that role on. And man, I love him because the thing I love most about him, seriously, is that I challenged that player and I challenged him publicly. And a lot of guys can't take that. And I know he's one that can because of the relationship we have. He knows I'm not like being demeaning towards him. I'm being very demanding, though, because I see something in him. I see what he can be, and I fully expect him to not only reach that, but usurp it. And I think he will. But he responded. You look down, he had a play in a tight red, probably my most proudest play. His coverage self. But I told you the part of the game I was looking for. And you look down in the tight red, they ran a sweep to him. He had a blocker on him. He beats the blocker and goes under to make the play. That was probably my most proud play in that game of Tyrion. A player that's responding in an adverse situation, coach calling me out. He could take that so wrong and go down in the dumps, but he did the opposite. So, I'd be very excited knowing when I get that player back, and it'd also be good to see him finish a game here because, but no, man, I love Tyrion. He's doing a phenomenal job, and Deshay's continuing to develop that player each and every day.
Josh Pascal is on the cusp of returning. Josh Pascal's on the cusp of returning here. Played a ton for you guys last year, 40, 50 snaps a game. Brad talked about maybe him playing a little bit more inside in the spring, then the injury happens. How do you see him kind of fitting into the rotation when he gets that last medical clearance hurdle? Shep?
Yep, just another player that can help us. Like I said, it's about to be fun when the Rabbit get the gun back. I got Davenport out on the grass. When I look up and see DJ Reed, I see Pascal out on the grass. I see Kirby progressing on the grass. Like, man, listen, there's no slight to anybody we've had up, but those guys have played a lot of ball for us. I know exactly what Pascal brings to the table. I know exactly how he can help us. And like I told him a month ago, as soon as he's available, he'll be right back, plug and play exactly where I see fit for him. And you guys just got to wait and see where that is.
Shep, I just want to paraphrase something. I believe you said it was around the Ravens game. You said, you've been calling defense for the past couple of years. We just didn't know about it. Factoring in what Jalen Hurts is, how formidable the Eagles have been with getting Saquon and the tush push. How long have you been longing to call the defense against that offense?
I think last time we played, I'm thinking it was 2022, week 1. So I really haven't had any thoughts, really. Obviously, the past couple of years, there's been kind of early conversations because once you get in the postseason, you got to try to start to plan for who it could be for your breakdown guys and things like that. So it's been things that pop in my mind, so to say. But all I remember is the last time we played these guys, I think they ran for over 200 yards. So I'm just really, really excited for the opportunity of our guys to go out again. It's a great litmus test for us. A dominant front they have, a dominant running back, and to see where we stand as far as the front seven in the physicality department this Sunday night.
I know with Hassanein back in the building, he's really eager, and I know he's still on practice squad for now, but what are you noticing from him just being back and excited to be absorbing everything again?
Oh, even before he was back, the paragraph texts he's saying after the game, and just thrilled to have the opportunity to be coached by you guys. And I mean, he's a very unique individual from a standpoint of, I don't know if he's ever had a bad day. I'm serious. It's unbelievable. His energy's contagious. Almost comes off at first. People saw him at the combine yelling before the drill. And is this fake? Is he seriously being serious when he says, Coach, I absolutely love you? No, I'm serious. I'm like, love you too? But he's serious. He means it. The kid's passionate. He's appreciative of these opportunities that he's getting afforded. I mean, this kid, again, 6 years ago, he had no idea he would be living this kind of dream of his. He thought it was out of the realm of comprehension that he could be in the NFL. So it just reminds you, that guy reminds me to appreciate each and every moment don't take things for granted. And it's good to have that type of energy back around the guys and in the locker room.
This kind of point in the season, right? Things are dragging on and it's just getting harder and harder. Does that type of intangible energy bring a little boost?
Absolutely. The guys love Haas, man. He does a great job. And I know the O-line's looking forward to him getting back out there, giving them those dynamic looks.
Jeff, just real quick, what was the most hostile road environment that you played in, either in college or the pros? Is there one in particular that stands out?
Ooh. In college, 2010 Auburn against Cam Newton.